mist is rising from the terracotta pots, tying the wind in silver knots. We aren't growing roses or lilies of white. We're harvesting the fragments of the light. Clouds are tethered to the iron beams, soaking up the moisture of our dreams. Mesa prunes the lightning from a stormy sky, watching the heavy thunder pass us by. Floating in the mist of Mrs. Garden, where the hardened heart begins to soften. Every bitter word is finally forgotten, in a world made of silk and white cotton. In the mist of Mrs. Garden. The watering can is a vessel of gold, holding the stories that were never told. An orange glow on the humid glass, watching the ghosts of the seasons pass. Breath in the vapor, let the spirit fly. You're just a cloud in a velvet sky. In the mist of Mrs. Garden. In the mist of Mrs. Garden. The tracks are made of silver piano wire, stretching over mountains of sapphire fire. The tickets are leaves from an autumn tree, valid for the souls who want to be free. Misa walks the aisle with the tray of glass, watching the constellations slowly pass. She serves a cup of stardust and tea to a passenger who looks exactly like me, riding on the steam of Misa's journey through the valleys where the shadows turn to honey. Far from the race for the gold and the money, where the night is bright and the stars are sunny, on the steam of Misa's journey. only just begun. A copper light on the velvet seats, where the dream and the dreamer finally meet. Don't ask for the station, don't ask for the time. The universe is moving in a perfect rhyme, on the steam of Misa's journey, on the steam of Misa's journey. A silver veil is draped across the street, where the sky and tired pavement meet. The city's pulse is slowing to a beat of water washing over all the heat. Old ink is drying on a yellow page. A bird of thought escapes its heavy cage. Worn out shoes are resting by the door, while shadows dance upon the cellar floor. Safe within the shelter of Misa's heart, the storms of life are just a work of art. Let the rhythm and the parts that fell apart. A brand new silence is about to start, in the shelter of Misa's heart. Counting pearls upon the window pane, nothing lost and nothing left to gain. Just the cold wind whispering a prayer, dissolving every ghost and every care. The lantern glows a warm and amber eye, watching all the thunder pass us by. A honeyed light that kisses every scar. In this room, we're never very far. The night is kind, the rain is almost gone, but we'll stay here until the early dawn, in the shelter of Misa's heart, in the shelter of Misa's heart. the songs we sang when life was sweet, voices lost in the rush of the years, now singing away the weight of the fears. Misa opens the cages made of gold, releasing the stories that were never told. The words take flight in a colorful blur. Everything is light because of her. Heard in the song of Misa's aviary, a melody that's light and legendary, lifting the soul from the cemetery into a sky that's bright and visionary. In the song of Misa's aviary, the glass is stained with an orange fire, lifting the spirit higher and higher. A copper wing in a velvet sky, watching the world say its last goodbye. Listen to the wind, listen to the air. Your voice is home and it's always there. In the song of Misa's aviary, in the song of Misa's aviary. The gears are turning in a brass embrace, counting the lines on a wooden face. Missa paints the hours with a needle of gold, keeping the secrets that the centuries hold. She catches a second before it can fly, pinning it down like a butterfly. The pendulum swings like a heavy heart, but Misa knows how to take it apart. Home in the tick of Misa's workshop, where the spinning world is allowed to stop. From the basement floor to the chimney top, every heavy burden is allowed to drop in the tick of Misa's workshop. The center gear is a wheel of amber fire, winding up the soul and the tired desire. An orange a spark in a forest of steel, turning the shadows into something real. Forget the calendar, forget the day. The moment is here and it's going to stay in the tick of Misa's workshop. In the tick of Misa's workshop. In a room filled with jars of unspent hours, pressed between the leaves of dried up flowers, minutes that we saved for a rainy day, now gathered in a silver-lined tray. Misa polishes the seconds with a camoise cloth, careful not to wake the sleeping moth. She keeps the Tuesdays that we didn't use, and the Sundays spent in a velvet blues, locked inside the vault of Misa's time, where the mountain of life is easy to climb. Every wasted moment is a perfect rhyme, frozen in the frost and the winter lime, in the vault of Misa's time. The sand is glowing with a fiery heat, where the past and the future finally meet. An orange river in a glass terrain, soothing the ache and the ghost of the pain. Don't rush to the exit, don't look at the sun. The counting of years has only begun. In the vault of Misa's time, in the vault of Misa's time. The ceiling opens to a sea of stars, hanging low like glowing jars. Gravity is just a forgotten law in this room of wonder and of awe. Wooden birds begin to flap their wings to golden, invisible strings, a spinning globe of liquid blue and green, the strangest sight that I have ever seen. Lost inside the magic of Misa's room, where the silver lilies start to bloom beyond the reach of shadows and of gloom, weaving light upon a cosmic loom in the magic of Misa's room. An hourglass is filling up with light, measuring the pulse of the night. Every grain a story yet to tell, caught within a soft, enchanting spell. The copper box begins to hum a tune, reflecting the crescent of the moon, an orange glow that warms the frozen air, finding hidden treasures everywhere. Close your eyes and let the spirit soar. You're not on the ground anymore, in the magic of Misa's room, in the magic of Misa's room. Of Misa's room. No screeching on metal, no neon glare, just the scent of lavender in the air. The tracks are made of velvet and braid, running through tunnels of silver and jade. Misa is the conductor of the quiet line, where the passengers feel perfectly fine. The seats are silk and the floors are fur. Everything moves at the speed of a purr. Gliding through Misa's silk tunnel, pouring the peace through a velvet funnel, escaping the noise and the concrete jungle, where the voices of the world never rumble. In Misa's silk tunnel, cabin glows with an orange heat, soothing the rhythm of the tired feet. An amber light on a window of smoke, wrapping the soul in a heavy cloak. Rest your head as the stations pass by. You're under the ground, but you're touching the sky. In Misa's silk tunnel, when the sun goes down and the lamps go out, and the world is filled with a silent doubt, Misa holds up a crystal of black to bring the hidden colors back. A rainbow made of the shadows light, invisible to the human sight. She finds the indigo in the deep, and the violet secrets that we keep. Seeing in the prism of Misa's night, a different kind of a holy sight. Beyond the reach of the neon bright, everything is heavy, everything is light. In the prism of Misa's night. A splash of orange in a velvet street, where the dark and the neon meet. An amber spark in a world of blue, showing the colors that are true. Don't fear the dark, just look through the stone. You've never been more clearly known. In the prism of Misa's night. Keys of ivory and ribbons of silk, typing out letters as white as milk. Misa is writing the dreams you forgot in a small garden or a hidden plot. The A is for always, the S is for stay, chasing the shadows of the gray away. The carriage returns with a silver ding. Listen to the secrets the hammers sing, written in the ink of Misa's keys. A story carried on a summer breeze, falling in love with the things you see, finally becoming who you want to be by the ink of Misa's keys. ribbon glows with a copper heat, making the rhythm of the heartbeat. An orange fire on a paper sheet where the truth and the fable meet. The page is full, the story is told, a velvet tale of black and gold by the ink of Mrs. Keys. The window melts into a sea of stars, healing the world and its hidden scars. A garden grows in a teacup swirl, away from the spinning of the world. My hands are weaving a lace of light, braiding the mist and the velvet night. An ivory clock that has no hands, in this room where the silence stands. Hush now, the moon is coming to tea, in the garden of the inner sea, floating on clouds of jasmine and rain, losing the weight of every chain. Petals of silver on the wooden floor, pieces a key in the master's door. The kettle whistles a blue note song, where we both know that we belong. Look at the lantern, a captured sun. Now that the labor of day is done, a warm orange spark in the indigo deep, watching the tired city sleep. Hush now, the moon is coming to tea, in the garden of the inner sea, floating on clouds of jasmine and rain, losing the weight of every chain. Drifting so light, garden of the inner sea. Just peace, just this. The curtains breathe a pale and milky light, saying goodbye to the velvet night. The world world is waking in a silver haze, lost in the rhythm of the early days. Small hands are grinding beans of roasted brown, far from the clamor of the waking town. A wooden spoon, a bowl of glazed ceramic, peace is the only thing that's truly dynamic, found within the stillness of Mrs. Dawn. Before the shadows of the day are drawn, a gentle spirit on a velvet lawn, knowing where the weary soul has gone. In the stillness of Mrs. Dawn. The marmalade jar is caught in a golden trap, a splash of amber on the table's lap, an orange fire in a crystal glass, watching the morning clouds slowly pass. Take a breath and let the coffee steam. Life is but a soft and steady dream. In the stillness of Mrs. Dawn. In the stillness of Mrs. Dawn. Silver needle and a thread of blue, mending the holes that the wind blew through. Misa weaves a blanket of evening mist, soft as a promise and a quiet kiss. She sews the mountains to the edge of the sky, under the gaze of a needle's eye, a tapestry of secrets and velvet rope, binding the sorrow to a grain of hope. Wrapped in the silk of Misa's loom, exhaustion fades in the quiet room, a safe retreat from the world of doom, where the flowers of the spirit bloom. In the silk of Misa's loom. is a burning orange light, stitching the day to the velvet night. A copper thread in a world of gray, showing the dreamer a better way. Close the curtains and let it be. The dream is woven for you to see. In the silk of Misa's loom, in the silk of Misa's loom. Box of letters tied in faded blue, fragments of a sky I once knew. Black and white, the edges starting to fray, holding on to ghosts of yesterday. Antique mirrors reflecting an empty chair, the scent of dry jasmine in the air, dusty sunlight dancing on the floor, tracing paths to things we are no more. Captured in the echo of Misa's hall, where the autumn leaves begin to fall. A quiet place to remember it all, writing shadows on the wooden wall, in the echo of Misa's hall. The oil lamp flickers with a golden tongue, singing songs that we have always sung. An amber flame that keeps the cold at bay, guiding all the memories home to stay. The book is closed, the candle starts to dim, filled with longing to the very brim, in the echo of Misa's hall, in the echo of Misa's hall. leaves are heavy with a mercury glow, bending to the river that flows below. Mesa waters the roots of a crystal tree with the salt of the earth and the deep of the sea. Petals of glass shatter on the grass, singing a song as the seasons pass. She harvests the echoes from a silver bell, telling the secrets that the roses tell. Found in the mirror of Misa's garden, where the winter ice begins to pardon, watching the lines of the spirit sharpen under a sky that's soft and carbon. In the mirror of Misa's garden. The golden koi is a flash of orange flame in a silver world that has no name. A copper streak in a liquid mirror, bringing the distant dreams much nearer. Wash your hands in the cool of the night. Everything is silver, everything is right. In the mirror of Misa's garden. In the mirror of Misa's garden. It's not made of ink, it's made of desire, drawn by the smoke of a traveler's fire. The coastlines shift and the mountains move, finding a rhythm and a brand new groove. Misa points to a spot in the sea, an island that belongs only to me. The island of sleep, or the harbor of yes, under the hem of a silver dress, sailing by Misa's golden map, falling into the universe's lap. No more boundaries, no more trap, closing the distance and the heavy gap by Misa's golden map. The ink is glowing with an orange light, guiding the ship through the velvet night. A copper path on an ancient scroll, guiding the compass of the tired soul. Put away the compass, put away the oars. The sea is yours and the land is yours by Misa's golden map. Misa sits where the white clouds rest, folding a dream within her chest. Squares of paper, sharp and neat, turning the air into something sweet. With a gentle crease and a silver line, she makes the heavy world feel fine. She throws a crane into the blue, and suddenly it's breathing too, floating in the fold of Misa's paper sky. Watching the ink-stained sorrows fly. No more gravity, no more why, just the wings of a soft lullaby. In the fold of Misa's paper sky. The sun dips low, an orange flame, giving each bird a secret name. A copper glow on a paper beak, finding the words we couldn't speak. Let the wind carry the page away. You're a bird of paper today. In the fold of Misa's paper sky. The station has no roof, only silk and lace, floating gently in a velvet space. Umbrellas of yellow and polka dot red, protecting the dreams that the sleepers said. Misa stands on the platform of drifting smoke, wearing a heart like a tailored cloak. She checks the schedule of the falling stars, watching the light leave the passing cars. Wait in the shelter of Misa's shade, where the heavy debts of the world are paid. Let the colors of the evening never fade in the quiet plans that the moon has made in the shelter of Misa's shade. glows with a copper orange fire, lifting the damp and the cold desire. An amber spark in a rainy street, keeping the rhythm of the heartbeat. Hold on tight to the silver handle of the sky. The storm is over, don't you cry. In the shelter of Misa's shade, in the shelter of Misa's shade. Misa sits with a sheet of frozen white, cutting out the shapes of the winter light. A geometric dream in every flake, falling for the sake of a heartache. She designs the silence of a forest floor and the frosted glass of a lonely door. One by one the patterns start to drift, a quiet, cold and silver gift, dressed in the frost of Misa's winter, where the heavy wood begins to splinter, a sanctuary for the weary sprinter, to find the light in the deepest center, in the frost of Misa's winter. But in the corner an orange fire roars, guarding the soul behind the heavy doors. A copper sun in a room of white, holding the balance of the winter night. Watch the crystals dance against the pane. The world is white and clean again, in the frost of Misa's winter, in the frost of Misa's winter. pillars are cedar, the roof is the pine, where the sun and the morning do intertwine. No stained glass windows, just the light of the day, showing the travelers a better way. Misa is kneeling on a carpet of moss, calculating the gain and the heavy loss. She listens to the organ of the howling wind, where the broken spirits are finally pinned. Praying in the wood of Misa's cathedral, finding a peace that is purely ethereal. The world is a cycle, the world is a wheel, but here in the branches the magic is real. In the wood of Misa's cathedral. The sky is bleeding in orange fire, lifting the prayer higher and higher. A copper light on the forest floor, asking the winter to wait at the door. The incense is pine and the choir is birds. There's no more need for the human words in the wood of Misa's cathedral. The boxes are unpacked, the floor is clean. The most beautiful space I have ever seen. No ghost in the corner, no dust on the shelf, just the quiet breath of my truest self. Misa smiles and she sets the final table, finally steady and finally able to leave the door open and let the wind in, knowing exactly where to begin. Home in the peace of Misa's heart, where the end is just a brand new start, a masterpiece of a life's work of art, where the soul and the joy never depart, in the peace of Misa's heart. The room is drowning in an orange light, erasing the memory of the longest night. A copper dawn on the whitewashed wall, of them all. The journey is over, the coffee is warm. You have survived the greatest storm in the piece of Misa's heart. In the piece of Misa's heart.